The Madras High Court has reserved orders after today's hearing for India's most anticipated film, Jana, Nayagan. The movie stars actor-turned-politician Vijay. The film is touted as Vijay's last film before he joins politics full-time. The film's producers are urging that the court paves the way for its release. The post-production of the film was completed on December 15 and submitted to India's Central Board of Film Certification on December 18th. After making the changes requested by the CBFC, Jana was submitted with underrated 16+ rating on December 24th. The film was supposed to hit screens on January 9th as a release for the festival of Pongal. However, on January 5th, the producers were informed of a complaint against the film that threatened to jeopardize its release. The producers subsequently filed a petition at the Madras High Court on January 6th. On January 9th, the scheduled day of the film's release, the Madras High Court directed the CBFC to issue a certification to filmmakers. However, the order was stayed after the CBFC filed a writ plea. Faced with a last-minute certification hurdle with the CBFC, KVN Productions approved the Supreme Court, which directed the makers to approach the Madras High Court Division Bench. With no clarity on the release date, fans are eagerly awaiting to know the fate of the Vijay starer made with a staggering 500 crore rupee budget. Our principal correspondent, Siddharth MP, is now joining us on the broadcast on phone. Siddharth MP, what's the latest on this legal hurdle?
In fact, uncertainty prevails on the film's release, Eric, because it was expected widely that today there would be a breakthrough and a verdict would be delivered on the further course of action. However, that has not happened. There were lengthy arguments, at least for 3 to 4 hours. There were arguments placed today in the court by the counsel representing the production company and the counsel representing the government's body, which is the Central Board of Film Certification. However, at the end of all this, the 2-judge bench of the Madras High Court has only reserved their orders, which essentially means that they have not pronounced the final verdict on this particular matter, and uncertainty prevails on when exactly these orders would be delivered. So what we can say now is that the release of the film is getting further postponed, because clearly films release only on Fridays, and this Friday seems to be out of question because we're barely 3 days away from that. And at the same time, let's also tell you that for a big release such as this, worldwide there has to be scheduling done, and so many theatres would have to be kept ready. Vacant screens would have to be kept ready for screening such a big film, given the kind of demand and enthusiasm for it. So certainly we can say that the uncertainty continues over this film, and certainly, as the producers have mentioned in court, this is going to cost them a lot of losses and mental agony, because earlier when there were lakhs of people who booked tickets, they had to be refunded. So now the similar situation prevails, and there is no clarity on when this film is going to release next. Eric.
Siddharth MP is our principal correspondent. He's reporting from Chennai about the release of this film, or much-awaited film, which now faces uncertainty. Siddharth MP, thank you.